3 questions to go, Billy, and then I think there's a reflection.
There's maybe 1 or 2 tips and then a reflection.
Cool. Thank you so much for your work. I recommend your podcast to every parent I know here in the UK. The episode on big feelings made me incredibly emotional. Ironic. We have a 2-year-old, a 10-month-old girl. We have a 2-year-old, a 10-month-old girl, and a 1-year-old boy. So lots of big emotions in our household. Through therapy, since becoming a parent, I have come to understand my limitations. Sorry, I've just got that wrong at the start.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I was doing the math.
We have a 2-year, 10-month-old, so just 2 years, 2 months short. No, sorry. We have a near 3-year-old and a 1-year-old boy. Lots of big emotions in our household. Sorry. Through therapy, since becoming a parent, I have come to understand my limitations with naming and accepting emotions in myself, particularly related to anger and sadness. Learning how to do this whilst also helping my toddler is exhausting and challenging. However, I am incredibly proud of our daughter, and our daughter can clearly tell us, I am sad, I am angry, I am happy, we had fun. This does not stop the dysregulation that frequently occurs from both her and us. Whilst I don't consider myself to have had bad upbringing, I know that the way my parents handled big feelings and specifically tantrums was to walk away, ignore. Many stories throughout my life of how they would leave me screaming in a supermarket aisle, not something I want for my children. However, it feels like my default coping mechanism. The feeling in my body of wanting to run, the knowledge in my mind that this isn't good for her, and the pull in my heart for connectedness causes high levels of stress. My question is, we want to understand why. We want to understand the why behind the emotions our daughter labels so well, to really help her manage the big feelings in a healthy way. However, she's still developing language to be able to tell us. Often the response to why is garbled or I don't know. Are there some techniques we can use to try and get deeper whilst the language development continues? Thank you so much. For lots of love and appreciation.
Amazing. So 2 big things. To answer the question specifically, don't ask her. She's not even 3. Try and think about why, but she won't know. There's a lot of 13-year-olds that you ask why is that happening and they can't tell you. So you can explore it with kids that feel comfortable and have the ability to understand what's going on, but just be curious and think what's going on and think about it, but just provide support. And I think a lot of our parents did that, the walk away. The only time we should ever walk away from a kid that's in distress is because we're going to go out, get more capacity and come back stronger. We should never use it as a punishment technique. It's a really vulnerable time for kids to feel abandoned and they're not supported, and it risks fracturing attachment. It risks fracturing how confident they feel in the support of others. I walk away from Evie and, like we tell people who've got little unsettled babies, you have to be able to walk away sometimes, scream into a pillow, do whatever. But it's to come back stronger. It's a really important bit of it.
What happens if they tell you to go away? Sorry.
Yeah, totally. And if they go away, it's fine. But we never use it as a punishment.
I get told to go away.
Yeah. So you respond to that. Like, you know what I mean? You go, cool, I'm going to give you some space. I'm going to come back in a couple of minutes and see if I can help you.
Cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
If you go harder at them, you're taking away their autonomy. You're not being responsive. You're not being sensitive.
You're not being responsive because you're not responding to the situation. Okay.
And you're not being sensitive either.
Yeah.
Now, if she says, like, I don't want to see you ever again, like, or go away and you can't because it'd be unsafe, or whatever, or there's something more important that you've got to do, like keep her sister safe or whatever, you can't. But when you can, you want them, like we went back to the other question, the bath time. Sometimes kids are just wanting a sense of emotional expression or autonomy and competency.
Autonomy and competency, yeah.
Yeah, so... yeah, it's a vulnerability like in a strategy that some of us use, or I want you to suffer because of this, because of what you've done, and I don't want you to do it again because I'm going to hurt you. Like in taking away something, punishing you, physical discipline, whatever, it teaches them nothing but consequences, and people are not the path to recovery and healing. So I always try and think about that, and that's what I'm aiming for. I don't succeed at it all the time. Like God knows how often I'd hit it, but I try and hit that target as much as I can.
Okay. Yeah,
But amazing parent to be that sensitive to the hardest window. Like that's the peak. Yeah, 18 months to 4.5, 5 years is when a lot of that stuff really peaks because...
The peak or the trough, Billy?
Yeah, that's true. Possibly the trough. But yeah, it's because what you were going... You talked about this right at the start, like over an hour ago, where you said that, you know, the girls, it's getting easier because they're getting a better ability to communicate and express their needs. And that's why 5 years it starts getting easier.
Yeah, and they're more reasonable.
Yeah, but now this kid, completely typical development, is not able to think about what it's like for the other person or be able to articulate why I'm feeling angry or why I just threw this or why I just hit out and lashed.
Talked about 3-year-olds and 13-year-olds, mate, 43, let me tell you.
Yeah, I was literally, this is my mid-30s, I got started getting on top of this stuff. I'm not kidding. And it took rock bottom. Yeah, seriously. Like I'm not. No, I was going to give
you mid-30s. That was ages ago. No, sorry.
No, it's fine, mate. It's fine. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm 41. Finally. This podcast is brought to you by Guiding Growing Minds, a social enterprise that aims to give all children the best opportunity to reach their potential and succeed in living rich and meaningful lives.